Good evening and welcome to Country Boy Test It. I am back. Got some good info for you. Guess what came in? My new rim to replace the rim that the motor that I messed up. So the motor and the rim came in. As you can see, made in China. It was shipped from China. I've been waiting on this now I think about a month. It's about 4 weeks now, about 4 weeks. Now, if you get these, the reason I'm doing it this way and I'm replacing this rim with a new rim is because it's cheaper, believe it or not. It's cheaper to order this right here. As you see, I'm unboxing it. Let's get it out. All right. Oh, they got it packaged real well. Look at that. I mean, they got it packaged well. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that, my friends. As you see, that is a Mokwheel 750 watt motor. Cassette is on it and everything. Came with an extra. Woo, look at that. I got another 180 millimeter. So I can take off one of my 160 millimeters on my Vituvia folding bike and put that 180 on there. Woo! This is how you do it, baby. Now, believe it or not, it was cheaper to buy this motor and rim for my rear replacement here. Got some nuts and bolts in there. It was cheaper to do that and replace this rim because if I was to take this to a shop right now and get it done. Now beforehand I couldn't, and I was on a time frame. I really wanted to get this bike. This is one of my favorite bikes to ride. This seat don't stay on here. This is just on here for the minute. My favorite seat is on my other bike. Anyway, it's cheaper to buy a replacement rim. That's a 26-inch replacement rim. And the motor. So now I got two 750 watt motors, but here's the thing. This one needs to be rebuilt. If you saw one of my previous videos, I showed you about what happens if you take your 750 watt motor on a real mountain bike trail. And it destroyed this motor. It knocked my magnets loose in it. So what I ended up having to order to take that apart, I had to get one of these so I can pull the motor apart when I take the motor apart. And it took me a minute to find this. I actually found this used on Marketplace. I got a whole set. Somebody let me get them real cheap, because if you go to get a set of these gear pullers, oh my goodness, man, they're like $100. They are very expensive. So I got to use them, tear that motor apart. JB Weld. That's what you're going to use. Put the magnets back in there and glue them to the hub in the motor. Now, how do I know how to do all of this stuff? It didn't just come to me. I'm not that smart. I went and I bought this book right here. You see that? Let me get it even closer. This book covers everything. This is e-bike master book. It covers every component, everything you need to do to maintenance, keep up, or rebuild a bike, or you can build a bike from scratch. The people who built these, this is who wrote this. So, trust me, we don't know more than they do. And it's a lot of different things you need to know about these systems before you get to playing with them. Battery build. Sorry, I'm kind of sniffly out here. It's wind. It's been hot, cold. Bear with me, people. Thank you. Love you all. This is battery build book. I'm going to be working on that because I got a battery that I'm going to be rebuilding. And I'm going to be using PB45s. That's what I'm going to use on my new battery build. But I think eventually I don't even know if I'll do a video showing me swapping this out, because it's not that complicated. I'm going to just be taking this tire and motor and everything off, putting it on that one, and putting it back on my baby here. My first bike, my Mokwheel. I love my Mokwheel bike. If you're getting an e-bike, I suggest you go with the companies you see that have been around for a while, that are still standing. I see it's one of the companies that has the 60-watt bike. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They're kind of wicked. Anyway, they're going out of business, and that means their bikes and the parts and everything that you need for that bike, you'd be able to get it from eSales, because eSales has that identical kind of bike. Also, 60-volt system, same thing running. You know, they have a little inside competition they did, but one is going away, one's giving up in the game, and I think eSales will be around for a while. So you got one of them, you know, you can still get parts and stuff. Just remember, all this stuff comes from China. All of it. Even though it might have American built, they can only say American built because all these components are built in China. Only other place I know that are making electric bike motors, that would be, is a company in Canada doing it, and actually this Mokwheel is a Canadian company, but they don't make these parts. They get them from China. If you don't think so, there it is, right there, made in China. That's where it came in from. So they get these parts from China. They put them together, and some of them got a lot of. They put a lot into the bikes, and you know, you don't have to spend as much to upgrade your bike after you get it. Mokwheel is one of the higher end bikes. They put a lot into their bikes. I like Mokwheel. Their service is great. I called and ordered this, and I knew it was coming from overseas. I didn't think it would be here this soon. It got here in 4 weeks. So I got an order from there in 4 weeks. That makes me feel good about knowing about the batteries that I'm about to order. I'm getting ready to place that order and go ahead and get my batteries ordered, because you know, we got a lot of stuff that's going to be going up in price, so you might want to be aware of that and act accordingly. I'm not gonna make this a long, drawn-out video. I'm happy, and I got my parts and pieces. I'm about to put my tire on here so I can take my favorite baby back out on the road. Thank y'all for stopping by Country Boy Tested. I hope this helped you out a little bit. But this was $179. The motor, the rim, all of that together, $179. If you rebuild this and take it to a shop and get it rebuilt, don't forget there's an hourly rate they're going to hit you with, not to mention parts and pieces and everything. When you do it that way, it'll probably run you in the neighborhood of around $200 to $300 if you go pay to get this thing built. Luckily, I've been working with my own bikes and rebuilding stuff and upgrading and playing with them a little bit, see what we can do. And I'm also put a video out, put one together about what you might not want to do, because I did find out something with my new bike that I got that runs 37 miles an hour. Really, you don't want a 48-volt system. It's got two 20-amp-hour batteries on it, but running 1500-watt motors, wow, it melts through the battery. I mean, you can watch, if you keep it over 30, your battery's gonna go down on you. It's just, if you want to do more than, say, 35, 40 miles an hour, I would suggest go ahead and get a 60-volt system. And that ain't me. You should read what they say. You should read what they say. The 60-volt systems are better for the bikes that want to run like a sustained 40, 30, anything over 30 and up, you want to at least go up to, not even a 52 volt, it's not good enough either. It'll run your batteries out very quick. You want a 60 volt or higher. It's in here. It's in here. I'm going to just save you some time and money, because if you're running 40, 48 volt or a 52 volt, it's just not going. You're pulling so much power off of that battery that it just drains the battery very fast. Most of these batteries have around 1,000 watt hours, like a 20-amp-hour battery. He wants to be in the video. 20-amp-hour battery has around 1,000 watt hours, so if you're running a 1,500 watt motor and you got it wide open, you got an hour to run it. So it'll deplete that battery so fast running high wattage motors. To me, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I'd rather get this one, run 31, 33 miles an hour, and be able to run for a longer, I think longer period and still have more battery left than to be on one running fast and then look and your battery's down to like 2 bars. It's scary. And then if you're away from home, it's really bad. Well, look, my rooster wants the yard, so I'm gonna let him have it. Thank you for stopping by Country Boy Tested. Those are just a couple little tips to help you out. I'm gonna get busy putting this together. Have a good one.